everybody to the third take of the Ajwa and Kwabena show. I'm Kwabena.
I'm Ajwa.
And today Ajwa is going to be talking about the Ghana Hemptech Conference that's going on this December
18th and 19th in Accra in Ghana. I'm super excited. I spent a lot of time putting this together. A lot of trips back and forth to Ghana, a lot of conversations, a lot of WhatsApp messages, and this, that, and the third. But I think that this is going to be the opportune time for anybody that wants any information about hemp itself, about what's going on in Ghana and the policy, from the policy side to the environmental side to the tech side, and what agricultural technologies that the hemp industry will bring to the country. So I'm super excited about telling people about it. I'm super excited about people coming to about it. It's people flying in from the U.S. Shout out to Simone Kaysen, and she's coming to talk about finances in cannabis. There's all different kinds of information and industries that you can wrap around cannabis, which is agriculture. So all them black folks talking about, I don't want to go back on a plantation, and I don't want to be no slave no more, and I don't want to go on that farming, but you want to smoke weed, though, don't you? You want to do that? You want to make some money, dude, don't you? Maybe, I don't know. I want to make some money.
Yeah.
I want to get into the industrialization production side, because these clothes that we got on, the Super Asasa Fashion Evolutionist recycled material, all of these things can also be made out of the same agricultural commodities, which is called hemp.
You can do a lot of things with hemp.
Right.
You can do
right.
a lot of things with hemp.
We done got into the tech part, following the blockchain of what it is from the plant to when it's sitting over here, what you looking like, you know, where did it come from?
Yes.
It came from the hemp plant, so we're gonna talk about all that.
Yeah, and for people that haven't really looked into hemp, like when people hear hemp, they sometimes confuse it with the cannabis portion. Like hemp is the industrial portion. They use hemp to make cups, to use plates, to make clothes, to make all types of things out of hemp. So if you can grow hemp on a commercial and industrial scale, you can make a sustainable clothing brand out of hemp, and people will pay a premium for that, because if that clothes ends up in a landfill over time, it's just going to disintegrate because it's hemp.
Right. On top of the fact, there's already major brands like Levi, and there are major airline carriers like Delta, and major corporations all over the world that are already utilizing hemp. But hemp is still a plant, so it still has to be grown. So that's still agriculture. So I think at the end of the day, the bigger conversation to have with people is, what are the opportunities on the continent? Because that's what we're talking about. Because most of this show, which is why it's called the Ajwa and Kwabena show instead of the American name, because we decided that we're going to give you information from Americans, or Black Americans as we've been called in Ghana. We're going to give you information about what it looks like to spend your money, about how it looks like to go to Ghana, to do business, to meet people, the food we ate, the stuff we did, the things that all these other people have, you know, YouTube channels and Facebook channels, and they have their comments about what they've been doing over there and how this and third is not going right. I think it's all the negativity. I think our show brings the opportunity to have some fun, talk about some real information, and really give some good, valuable information that people will need when they go to the continents. They can live out their dreams, because that's the whole purpose. Because it's possible for you to do that there, but Negative Nancy over here has decided that she want to tell you that these people are stupid and the water's not clean and da-da-da. Well, it's a whole bunch of dumb Negroes like 10 blocks from here, right down the street from Stone Mountain, Georgia, that I can't stand. But that doesn't mean that I have to utilize as a purpose of me not going anywhere, or me not going 10 blocks down the store because I didn't go to Kroger. So get on a plane, spend your money, come to the Ghana Hemptech Conference. It's December 18th and 19th in Accra. I got people, a whole conference schedule. So this is what you can do first. Go to the website. You can go to Ghana Hemptech Conference.coopexecutives.com, and that will take you to the website. I think we're gonna put that when we figure out how to put the little scrolling thing.
Yeah,
it's down here. It's scrolling right now. It's scrolling right now. Go to Ghana Hemptech Conference.coopexecutives.com. There should be some billboards up. There's gonna be some radio ads. We got day one of the conference is Friday and Saturday. So the purpose is to have the farmers in Ghana understand what hemp is. Okay. Let's just start from the
So
basics.
speaking on that, let me jump in real quick because that's one of the things that you're gonna have to explain in Ghana, the difference between hemp and cannabis.
Right.
Because when they hear hemp, they hear smoking weed.
Right.
They don't hear the industrial side. So as you're presenting them, you're gonna have to make sure you make the distinction. Like, no, we're talking about the products that people can buy to utilize for certain things, not just for recreational consumption.
Right, and I think, and that's another reason why I made sure to add the policy side of what that looks like, because I had some conversations with some folks and with some other folks, and I had some conversations with some other people down the road, and I came to the conclusion that education and policy is really important when talking about educating the people on something that they just don't have a full grasp on because of the perception of what they're actually doing. So down from people in Ghana maybe have growing weed for a long time, they've been growing cannabis, they've never grown hemp. So they just let weed grow wild because that's just what they do, and then they round it up, smoke it, sell it, whatever it is they do with it. But hemp is a more scientifically based understanding for what the end product you want.
It's a cash crop.
Right. And just like if you were growing cannabis and you were growing for a certain strain like we do here in the United States, it has to be of a certain level and this, that, that's genetically modifying. So it's a GMO, people. I just want to put that out there. People be acting like, oh my God, you don't get GMO. What the hell do you think purple haze is? It's a genetically modified seed. That's what that. Am I lying?
Did you hear about the mosquitoes? Off topic.
Oh, they were putting
genetically modified mosquitoes.
Putting the disease in the mosquitoes and go fly by people, right?
No, they were saying those mosquitoes were supposed to kill other mosquitoes or something. But I know they had genetically modified mosquitoes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so if they got that.
They're fucking tiny. Excuse my language. Excuse me, Lord Jesus. Do you know how tiny a mosquito is to put genetically modified? And you talking about these buds that I have seen growing up huge. Yeah. Just like corn is 3 times the size it's supposed to be in the United States. Now that's another thing going to Ghana off topic, but we're going to come back to the Hemptech Conference. I think it's important because it's still talking about agriculture. So it kind of is on topic. But
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Right. But the point is that the food over there in Ghana, and then now that we've had the pandemic and I started growing my own food, and you can check that out. You can check that out on my Instagram. It's my patio garden, # Black Girls Grow. But anyways, the food over in Ghana is so much fresher, it's so much cleaner.
It's different.
It's just different, and it looks different. From the pineapples are smaller, but they're juicier.
And they taste different.
The chicken be struggling because they got a hard life out of the street. Shout out to Apple Yinga. Inside joke. You know what we talk about. I know he dying on the floor laughing right now. But that chicken be struggling, man. The chicken be tough out there in Ghana compared to the chicken that we have here. And then did you see that video when they were shooting up the chickens with the air to make it look puffier? You never seen that video?
Nah, they be doing some crazy stuff over here for marketing.
Dude.
Yeah, they do some crazy stuff.
And you don't realize that it's the food until you get back here get back to America.
Once you leave and stay there
when
for a while.
When you leave and go to Ghana, right, and then you come back and you step foot onto American soil, you're instantly in pain. Your back hurts, your feet hurt, your head hurt. You can't stand all the white people everywhere.
Speaking of that,
where's all these white people come from?
The first time when we went there, remember I told you like when I had some stomach problems.
Oh.
And then my second day of being in Ghana, my stomach problems disappeared.
Bam, done,
gone.
I'm telling you.
Until I came back.
Right.
And I started eating whatever I've been eating, and all of a sudden. Right. So yeah, it's something in the food.
It's killing you. Yeah. America's killing you.
Yeah.
America's killing you. Anybody playing with y'all? I'm telling y'all. When you go into Kroger, and I started noticing like a year ago when I was going into Kroger, and yes, I'm shouting out Kroger and any other major brand wholesaler of food. I went into Kroger and the corn, because I like corn on the cobs, that joker was like this big, and I know.
Probably the Mosquito corns.
But
that's probably what that was.
GMO.
Yeah,
anyway, but like I'm saying to you, when I started growing my own food, I had psyched myself out, which I think is a direct parallel to what we were already talking about with Ghana in the first place, about them knowing what's actually going on and what's not. I know what size an actual tomato is supposed to be because I'm growing one now.
Yeah.
it's really not the grocery store size.
That's something.
I know what an actual cucumber looks like, and it's not the grocery store size. And I'm eating the grocery store size stuff because it visually was more appealing. And then I didn't realize what that looked like until we went to Ghana.
Yeah.
And we started eating stuff that kind of looked like it was U.S. stuff.
Yeah.
Like the pineapple or the oranges were black.
Yeah, the oranges are different. The oranges ain't orange. So
oranges ain't supposed to be orange.
So it makes me wondering. So I'm honestly, I don't know
and
if
I'm smart.
The oranges here, they're doing some of those oranges.
They're doing
that's
some
just
of the
a
oranges,
different strain of oranges. But all I know is that the food here in America is that when I go over there, I don't have as much. And everybody has said that. Is that they go over there, they feel physically better, like just eating, because there is no such thing as organic or GMO, because everything is organic. It's called food.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's.
But there's a lot of greater opportunity for understanding from the agricultural perspective. Like I haven't heard the words drip irrigation so much until I went over to Ghana, because that is such a high need, and it's such a simplistic form of irrigation here that we take for granted.
PVC pipes.
And I mean, it's like. And then the types of mechanisms that Africans create is genius. I understand now why we have created so much stuff in the world.
Check this out.
That has happened.
Let me speak on that, because that's the one thing that blew my mind was you was talking about the car parts.
Right.
Where if they don't have a car part because they don't really have American cars in Ghana, well, they'll just make something.
Right.
They'll make a part. Right. Like, and they don't really have all the fancy tools we got, but they will make a part and they'll have it running just like it was brand new.
Right. And then when I saw the dude outside when we were eating and he was welding, spot welding. So I told y'all I'm a hustler, but I'm highly educated, and I'm telling y'all that because I know a lot of little insignificant stuff about a lot of stuff, and that's only because I'm a super nerd and I just love learning stuff, and I grew up in Canada. So I grew up around a lot of people that did not look like me. So I got a different level of education, and that's just what it is. Okay, people, don't hate me for it. It wasn't my fault. I'm just telling you. So they were spot welding, because I've done that before also. Is why I went down that road. Yes, in high school in Canada, it's called technologies class, and shout out to Mr. Friesen. If you ever see this, you were the inspiration of my life. He's the one the reason why I wanted to be an architect. So Mr. Friesen was a technology teacher at St. John's High School in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Shout out to St. John's High School, class of 1999.
Shout out everybody.
Right. Shout out to St. John's High School, class of 1999. So in high school, you had to go through technology class, and technology class taught you how to do. It's like shop class, but extra. Yeah. So it taught you how to do black and white photography. So I know how to actually take black and white flash pictures and then process them in a dark room.
Oh, okay.
I taught you how to do architectural drawings, so that's how I got into architecture.
Remember you showed me your thing.
Right, it taught you how to do airbrushing, so I learned how to airbrush. And then it taught you how to do spot welding. It taught you how to do the shit with the soldering iron to put together circuits and all that stuff. I learned all that stuff in high school. So in 9th and 10th and 11th grade.
So I went to school in New York.
Right.
None of that.
I learned all of that stuff in high school. So I know a lot of stuff about different stuff, which is why I think it's important to talk about the food difference that we eat, the way we process the food, how we get access to the food, how long it takes us to get the food, and then where the food is coming from. So that could be with food with agriculture, or it could be food with cannabis. So whatever you're putting physically into your body, you need to have a greater understanding where that comes from. So the Ghana Hemptech Conference not only let you understand that, but then because we live during COVID-19 in 2020, the technology age, it gives you an opportunity to find other ways that you can get involved as an African American going to Ghana and investing your money, and you want to get into the hemp side and not have the barriers of having to pay a $250,000 permit, and then still not being able to get in all these other fees. And even the people that don't look like us in the industry, I've been watching these documentaries stuff on YouTube. They struggling. They're like, if you going legit, you better have some cake, like way major cake to be able to do that. And what we found out is going over to these countries in Africa, and for me specifically, the policy side of it, it's like everybody knows the thing and it's coming on board. So they need to create legislation in order to allow people to come cultivate hemp, get a license if they're already currently a landowner, they're a resident of the country, whatever that is, they need all that policy work, which is where I come in. And then on top of that, I already know what not to do from over here and what that looks like. So as long as we don't do these things that I have seen with my own two eyes not work, and we as black people collectively gather our funds and gather our people and go get into an industry we're being blocked out of here, over there in the friendliest country, just had the year return.
Yep.
You know they got good Joe law.
Yep.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm not going to say anything else, but Ghana got good Joe law. We're not going to go down any other roads, any other ways. I love all my African people. That's all I did. That. We're not even going to say it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to say I like Ghana Joe law. Okay.
But speaking on what you were saying as to one of the reasons why you should pursue the hemp in Africa versus in the United States is there's a basketball player called Al Harrington where he has the money to actually get into it, and he's having a hard time, and he's finally being able to pay and everything, and he's saying that he's trying to build something so to have people come under him because it is almost impossible if you're black to have enough money, influence, and infrastructure to get into the cannabis game because they know that's going to be a major cash crop. Right. Like, low-key, a trillionaire might come out of that. Right. And they can't have us with that type of paper. Right. So that's just another consideration, like, shift your money into a place that's a lot more friendlier in doing business. Right. And then that's another thing. Somebody is always going to want to fight the struggle. Yeah. I'm just choosing to fight, and I think we have decided to just choose to fight the struggle on another geographical location. And then a different time, we'll have an easier way to get our goals accomplished. Yeah. Like, somebody has to stay here in America and keep fighting the man and making sure that, we have family here. Yeah. So I'm leaving my mother and my oldest child here. He's leaving his family here as well. So we still, but we know in order to be able to build capacity, to be able to have them in a bunker somewhere and provide for them for 6 months, we got to have money to do that. When COVID-25 comes. Over there. Right. Right. And it's just easier getting your money over there because that's what everybody that don't look like us been doing for a long time. And that's another thing. I saw a lot of Asians over there, and I saw a lot of white folks over there caking, driving Range Rovers, or owning huge enterprises. Matter of fact, one of the largest companies in Ghana is a juice manufacturer. It's owned by some white dude. He has 6,000 employees in Ghana. So I'm just gonna put that out there. To those people who say, how difficult it is to do business. This one British white dude came through, and I think he has one of the largest companies in West Africa. And then here's another thing. Akon done told y'all 1,000,000 times. You can go to Ghana, or you can go to Africa rather, and be a Fortune 500 company in less than 5 years. So I've known Kwabena for under a year, and we have, what is it, two projects we invested in, the fashion line, and what was the other one? The fashion line, the poultry. The juice company. Oh, the juice company, yeah. The juice company. Definitely the juice company. Yeah.